Hello friends, welcome to Communication Skills for Everyone. If you are watching this channel first time, please subscribe for more academic and educational videos. Today in this video, let us learn lessons from online learning. So lessons from online learning is written by Haider Alvi, Deborah Hurst, and Janice Thomas, Martha Cleveland Ains. These all professors from Astabaskas University. Astabaskas University. This essay talks about one of the many challenges that COVID-19 brought, especially in education, to switch immediately to online learning. In overnight, institutions scrambled to continue education, bridging the physical gap between teachers and learners. So conventionally trained teachers made courageous efforts to adjust to digital by recording lessons, posting videos, and creating various activity rooms using the available technology. These efforts resulted in digitally mediated physically classrooms using the internet, not online education. While these two options seems to be same, but they are not. Bridging physical distance through technology alone doesn't address additional adjustment required to address learner needs. So what are the learner needs here? So posting materials online, recording lectures and discussions themselves don't create a coached, collaborative, and supportive learning environment. So, what have we really learned about online education, and what do we do now? What do we do now? So, online learning isn't new, and lessons can be drawn from existing research and experience. So, already there is resisting the authors from the Athabaskas University, where they are professors. They pioneered the world's first online MBA, Master of Nursing, and MEd programs over 28 years ago. And today it's one of Canada's leading online universities. The author's experience mainly focusing four dissimilar aspects of online learning that should stick post-pandemic. So they are learning to learn online, designing online teaching with purpose, blending space and time online, and continued disruption with AI. So learning to learn online. The pandemic highlights the one-size-fits-all educational approaches fail to address student requirements, student needs. So younger learners may require physical spaces to promote socialization. They need to interact with the students with supervision and teacher-led content delivery. So where the teacher is highlighted or centered. Others like Ask the Baskers, mostly hardened learners value the convenience of connecting with classmates and instructors online during time of their choosing. So here it is prior to selection, but whereas here there is no choice, there is no option. So common inequities like poor access to internet, lack of financial resources, and needed digital competence plague online learning. However, online education offers access for students facing geospatial barriers to traditional classrooms, and further issues of inequality are addressed via multi-modal distance education. So financial support structures and orientation on how to learn online. Emergency education, online education used blunt-edged instruments, ignoring student and program differences. The pandemic takeaways, however, is the more importance of preparing all students to learn, whether online or in a physical classroom. Designing online teaching with purpose. So quality teaching and learning design must incorporate active and engaging roles for individual students and learners, whether designed for traditional or distance education. So the meaningful teachings varies by setting and requires different approaches. Online courses and teaching design is learner rather than content centered. incorporating high engagement in collaborative learning groups that develops active learning. Productive, effective online course materials requires an approach involving both instructors and skills course developers and takes months rather than weeks. Course materials are painstakingly detailed and include writing everything the instructor would expect to say in a physical classroom, clearly describing all course requirements and liking students to readings, videos, online resources. Because of the pandemic, instructors had to translate classroom delivery into technology mediated delivery. It worked for some, but was not easily tailored to unique learning needs. Technologies, technological tools, combined with independent and joint working opportunities, should be brought back to the physical or hybrid classroom. In conjugation, in conjunction with online pedagogical approaches that increase active, collaborative learning and learner generated choices. Blending space and time online. Pandemic education popularized the vocabulary of synchronous and asynchronous learning. So, synchronous generally replicated physical classrooms, taught real time, digitally mediated teaching, while asynchronous here meant working independently, using with materials designed for a physical classroom. Moving forward, we need to think about, so here the author says that we need to think about how timing and presence impacts learning. At Astabacus, students come together in time and space through blended collaborative, synchronous and asynchronous online learning. So instructors coach students individually at student-led phase. So here the students have the choice and also they get complete attention from the um, mentors. This is different from traditional undergraduate classrooms where students absorb material on a fixed schedule. Our graduate programs right here in Athabasca University, the programs used phased programming requiring students to work independently while regularly coming together to active online discussion. So more flexible teaching allows students to receive instructor support when they need it. Building in synchronous collaborative learning allows for reflection. It gives scope for reflection, thinking rather than real-time responses. So COVID-19 begin the disruption AI with continuate. So the pandemic revealed how education approaches can transform after instructors had to search for innovative ways to improve student learning outcomes outside the physical classroom. So it has given more scope for teachers to think. At Athabasca's University, a virtual cooperative program allowed us allowed them to introduce a, a co-program in the middle of a pandemic. Students accessed a stimulated work experience in a phased structure, irrespective of location, because it is planned for them. They were able to practice working as a team, problem solving, conflict resolution, ethical reasoning, and leadership while working on an assigned project. Students received immediate, detailed feedback from AI coach, allowing for extensive experimentation and revision to master various concepts, to develop reflective discussion with the instructor. So the research suggests that adopting online and artificial intelligence tools needs to be deliberate, coupled with supportive digital infrastructure and highly responsible student support. Planned carefully and taken together, these steps improve on traditional approaches by making education truly open, accessible, and inclusive. At the end, the authors pose a question to the educators. How do we capitalize on COVID-19 initiated change to build better education systems for the future? So with this, they come to an end. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more academic and educational videos, communication skills for everyone.